Future WWE Raw and SmackDown plans have been revealed. We've got a backstage WWE name getting rave reviews, and we've got an update on Rhea Ripley's injury status. Stay tuned for all the deets. So the times they are a-changing. Raw is going to Netflix in the U. I mean, it's all coming to Netflix.
It's all coming to Netflix worldwide.
It's looking like we've already kind of reported that they were looking to fluctuate Raw's runtime from time to time. They want it to be like an open show where maybe it'll go 3 hours, 10 minutes. Maybe it'll go 2.5 hours. Who knows? But apparently, according to a report from PW Insider, there are plans in place for both Raw and SmackDown to become 3-hour shows as of January. This is, of course, going to coincide with Raw's move to Netflix in the US and all of the WWE moving to Netflix worldwide. Alongside this, the report also notes there's been talk of moving certain talents from NXT to the main roster to help boost the size of the rosters, which is going to be necessary
for SmackDown,
certainly, yeah, because that additional hour is going to need to be filled, and they've already got a pretty big roster, but it's nothing like it used to be when it was super bloated.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it feels like there's definitely gaps that could be filled. The mid-card kind of involves the same few people. The tag division is kind of slim in the grand scheme of things. Again, on the main event level, if you're not involved with the bloodline, you've kind of got maybe 3 or 4 names.
And we need those mid-card stories to kind of bubble over because we need additional stories that aren't Uso versus Uso.
Yes, exactly. So there's other things and factors there. Raw going back to 3 hours, I kind of expected that one. We've seen the reports of SmackDown going 3 hours.
Think of the ad space, this is what they're all about now,
And if you watch it like the next day, which a lot of people do, you can skip the adverts, which makes the show quite a breezy 2 hours and like
they'll somehow
20 minutes.
As you're clicking like right, they'll somehow have an ad just placed over the screen as you fast forward.
100%.
But if there's any more updates on that, we'll of course get back to you on it. But moving on, we also have announced last night on SmackDown, next week's show is going to see Nia Jax versus Naomi for the WWE Women's Championship, and of course the Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits for the WWE Tag
That's going to be a good match,
which is going to be.
It's going to be lovely.
Man, it's going to be such a good match.
I'm still getting used to the fact that the Motor City Machine Guns are in WWE, and not only that,
I've just walked in and taken the belts.
They're champions. Like, what's going on there? That it feels so surreal.
It's 20 years late, so you may as well just strap the rocket to them.
Get all those matches in. Great to see them having a match with the Street Profits. Great to see the Street Profits getting used. Unfortunately, I don't see them getting the win there. I obviously, Motor City Machine Guns need to keep those championships and go on potentially the run of their lives.
Oh, what a match it's going to be.
It's going to be so good. Just imagine the frog splash that Montez will do.
The height versus the speed and the oh my God, the innovation.
We're focusing a lot on the tag match, but Naomi versus Nia Jax for the Women's Championship. I feel this is where we get Tiffy's cash in.
Oh,
I think this is where it happens. We've seen loads and loads of teases, and it feels like they've done it to death at this point, that she tries to cash in and Nia spots her.
Just wait for a double down
Just do
and
it.
then do it.
Do it next week on SmackDown, because this match, I don't see Naomi winning. I see Nia keeping that belt, but
I see Naomi taking Nia to the limit.
Yes, and having a little bit of Tiffy time to celebrate with that championship. Plus, it makes it more exciting when a championship changes hands on SmackDown.
It really does. I mean, it's probably just a product of the era I'm from, but I love a good TV title change.
Bring it on.
Moving across the fence and across the pond to our land and the AEW land.
It's pronounced Ireland. No, Ireland. Ireland. Okay.
I was about to be like, it's in Ireland? The Wrestling Observer Newsletter has revealed that AEW Forbidden Door, which was just billed as Forbidden Door London, and it was weird because we were all like, what is it? Where is it? At Wembley? Is it going to be at Wembley Arena? Like they're advertising it? I don't know what's going on. Apparently, it's expected to take place in the O2 Arena in London, or as I like to call it, the Millennium Dome.
The Millennium Dome, is that
those
what
were the
called?
days. Yeah.
The O2 Arena is a great venue.
I've still never been.
This is where Money in the Bank has run before. This is where WWE often does house shows.
It's where Led Zeppelin reunited.
Yeah, you've had great stuff in there. Busted McFly next year is going in there, and so
get them
is
involved.
AEW Forbidden Door.
Get them on the Forbidden Door.
However, it looks like they can't announce the venue until after WWE's tour of Europe, because that is where they will be having Raw take place in March. This looks like
heard
it's
about all these new venue policies with WWE. You can't promote XYZ within a certain window of time of us coming to the venue and us leaving the venue.
And it would make complete sense as to why back in August they never advertised where Forbidden Door was going to be.
When's it set for, Forbidden Door?
August this year.
So if they're not allowed to advertise it like March.
They wouldn't be able to advertise it until after the WWE show, which is mid to late March. So it looks like it will be Forbidden Door. You have April as when that will be announced.
It's like 22,000 in there or something.
I would say with a wrestling setup, 18,000 max.
So it's not like a manic stadium show size. You know, we've got to shift all these tickets.
It's manageable.
They should comfortably sell that out
for sure, and it'll be a very, very good show because they're quite good at the wrestling.
Just a little bit, that New Japan and that AEW.
Quite good, those guys.
But moving back to WWE and moving backstage through the gorilla position, past the curtain and into the corridors where all of the magic happens. Bobby Roode has apparently been receiving rave reviews backstage for stepping up during Michael Hayes' current absence from WWE, according to PW Insider. The report states that Bobby Roode has been getting raves internally in WWE for stepping up and handling a lot of the talents and matches that Michael Hayes would usually be involved in while Hayes has been away. And Hayes is expected back sooner rather than later. But this has got to be just another feather in the cap for Bobby, isn't it?
Great to see for Bobby Roode. Like, he is a talent that I think is severely underrated during his career, especially WWE career. The music got almost
he became almost like a meme with his music, and like initially his NXT run was like goated, absolutely goated, and then they just he languished with Ziggler for a while, and it was like just give him a big singles run.
And obviously he had that neck injury that sort of derailed his in-ring career towards the end, and he's although he's not officially retired, he has predominantly worked backstage as an agent for the past couple of years. Great to see him getting more use backstage, getting that position to be put in, to be trusted with a Michael Hayes level.
Yeah, I mean, he tends to be involved with the more central storylines from what we hear when reports break about, this person produced this person produced that. So the fact that Bobby's able to step up into that and do so comfortably and get such good reviews, the future's in great hands, isn't it?
Can't wait to see what he does with he's just quite good. He's quite good.
Well, I can't wait to see what this next person does because, I saw what he did at North against Gene Money. Yoshiki Inamura has been hanging around with that there Shawn Michaels, hasn't he?
Big boy Yoshiki Inamura. Reporting by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, obviously he's coming to NXT. This was shown on social media. He is in a partnership between Noah and WWE. There's been a lot of talk and discussion about what kind of deal this is. Is it similar to Julia's deal that allows her to sort of work dates here and there, but she moved over? However, that doesn't seem to be the case. This seems to be, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, a new type of excursion deal between WWE and Pro Wrestling Noah, which sees him come over and work NXT, but he will go back at some point. But it's really quite cool to see excursions at a top level.
Yeah, because like excursions, the way that they traditionally worked were you would send a wrestler to like Mexico or America, say if they're a British wrestler, or Germany, and you'd go and you'd work for like Otto Wanz in Germany for like 6 to 8 months or a year. You would learn everything and absorb everything about that style. Then you'd go back home for a bit, teach others, and then you'd go to Mexico, you'd learn everything you can about lucha, and you sort of add all of the flavors to your repertoire. But the thing I love about Inamura that I hope he keeps doing is when he winds up in the corner. When he goes to dive, he starts just bouncing on the ropes.
Oh, and he's a big boy.
He's huge, and he can move like a machine.
He's fantastic to see in the ring. I'm hoping he'll be highlighted well on NXT.
You got to think they're going to use him well.
It's just a big opportunity for him. He was previously on Excursion in the UK. He wrestled for Progress quite a lot, former Progress Atlas champion. So it's great to see that next step up for him. Especially if Noah's not wanting to use him right now. Why not send him over to WWE and go?
Just make this more of an ecosystem thing. Just start having people come out on Excursion, every year. It'd be awesome. We're going to close things out here with an update on Rhea Ripley's injury status. This one coming from PW Insider, who report that there's still no timetable for Rhea Ripley's injury, but there was hope backstage recently that the injury may not be as bad as originally believed. WWE has apparently factored Ripley into big WrestleMania plans, and so the company said to be crossing its fingers that she'll be back in time for the show in April.
Completely understand the mindset. You don't want to miss out on her.
No, you don't want to miss out on Rhea, but you've got to wait till she's obviously fully healed, and it'd suck if she was able to come back but not participate. You don't want to really bring her back where she can't wrestle,
or if she's
right?
not 100%, even if she comes back and it's just like, hey, we need you back in time, but she's still injured and is not performing at the level that she wants to be.
And especially because it was like orbital, right? Which is like, how do you recover from like a broken face? Like it's just
They're thinking she'll be back.
And you don't want to put her in the Undertaker like
you don't want to do the mask. Do you think we'll see her at WrestleMania? Yes or no? Right now, with the injury that she's got, do you think we'll see her? And what will she do?
I think we're gonna see her maybe if she's fully back and fighting fit. I think we'll get a match. But if not, I reckon it's gonna be some sort of appearance in order to kind of
thwart Dominic.
Dom. So like there's a multitude of things you can do if she's not fully healed. But at the same time, I really want to see her back.
I think it's going to be her versus Liv. I think they're going to extend it right through to WrestleMania, and the big spot will be her.
It's building. It makes sense to just let it keep burning, right?
Yeah.
It's such a straightforward storyline being told in a really cool way, and I think that it's boiling some of the audience's pee. So I think that you capitalize on that
for sure. Well. We have a Patreon giveaway, don't we, Sam?
We do. Potentially the biggest giveaway ever if you missed the first news.
Back in a minute.
He'll be back in a minute, and it's going to make... It's how you... Do you want to pop it on the chair? Ooh, look at that. We are giving away the old Cultaholic World Heavyweight Championship, the biggest title in all of wrestling. It does have side plates and straps. You can't see them because the front plate is so big. Oh, you're gonna. Oh, not a lot of people get to see them. But yeah, we're giving it away to all you to basically get involved with the giveaway. You can be any tier on our Patreon. So if you head over to patreon.com/Cultaholic, and as well, we've got some terms and conditions for you over at cultaholic.com/Patreon-TCS. So terms and conditions do apply, but get yourself over to our Patreon and get yourself in with a chance of winning.
Nice.
I don't know how we're going to deliver it. It weighs like a ton.
Hand.
You're gonna have to like walk it to somebody's house.
Big letter boxes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a really wide letterbox fitted. So you worry about that, and we'll worry about potentially getting a third news video together for you in a little bit. But in the meantime, stay safe. Have a lovely weekend.
Bye.